Hello friends, it's Danielle Métive, scientist, health coach, and mom with Hashimoto's. I want to talk to you about why TSH is a terrible way to diagnose and monitor thyroid function. TSH, which stands for thyroid stimulating hormone, is the number one biomarker that most doctors use to tell you whether you're fine or you have hypothyroidism. And here's why it is a terrible way to do that. First, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how the thyroid works. You're going to see what TSH, the role it plays, and then you'll understand why that's not enough. So here, this little graphic shows you some of the hormones and some of the messengers that are involved in thyroid hormone production. Up here, we have your hypothalamus, which is part here, the base of the brain, which sends TRH, thyroid releasing hormone, to your pituitary, which is right next to it. That signals the pituitary to then make TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, which then tells the thyroid over here to make a few hormones. Now, the primary one the thyroid makes is T4, called thyroxine. It's a 4 because it has 4 iodines attached to it. It makes a little bit of T3, but mostly for the thyroid's own usage. That is triiodothyronine, 3 iodines. So why is this important? Well, first of all, you can see TSH, not a thyroid hormone. So how are we measuring thyroid function by not measuring what the thyroid actually makes? I mean, we measure liver enzymes to see what the liver's doing. Why not measure thyroid hormones to see what the thyroid's doing? So one, we want to actually measure T4, which is what the thyroid's making, but that's a pro-hormone. That is the before step. This is what we need. This is the biologically active form of thyroid hormone. This is what every cell in your body needs in order to get the signal to make energy to do its job. So you cannot have enough energy, cannot have enough energy for your heart to be right, for your brain to work, for your muscles to work, for your fat to be burned, to actually have a proper metabolism, to have enough warmth. So my hands are always cold when I don't have enough hormone. You cannot function without enough T3. And that conversion from T4 to T3, chopping off one of those iodines, happens in your peripheral tissues. Doesn't happen in the thyroid. It happens where your body needs it. Actually happens everywhere except the brain. So in fact, we need to convert from T4 to T3, saying the liver, the kidneys, the gut, for the brain to get enough T3. So if the doctor's just measuring TSH, the doctor's just measuring the communication between basically what your hypothalamus is measuring in your bloodstream, T4, the amount of T4 in your bloodstream, and the communication with the thyroid. You know what? That communication can break down. If we have an endocrine disorder, which is a disorder in terms of hormone release and signaling, of course that communication can break down. We have an illness. But also, what if we have enough T4, but it's not being converted to T3? We have a problem there. Well, we won't know that if we just measure TSH. So we need to measure TSH. We also need to measure T4 and T3. But here's something else. We need to measure free T4 and free T3 because hormones travel in the bloodstream bound to other proteins. And when they're bound, they're not free. So we need to measure what's actually available. So again, TSH, free T4, free T3. Like and follow for